You know, I usually feel bad when I don't have a snake for a snake cinema review, but fuck it. Martin Scorsese, you don't deserve a snake in this review because you done fucked up. Let's talk about it. It's amazing to me how someone who was very arrogant and very cocky and saying, oh, Marvel movies or superhero movies in general aren't cinema, it isn't art, and all this other bullshit, made the most boring ass plot hole feel ass movie, mafia movie, in fact, ever. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm so glad that it's on Netflix, because y'all don't need to waste y'all money on 3 hours of bullshit, 3 hours of boringness. Let me put this disclaimer out. A lot of Martin Scorsese's films are classics. They're good. He's a great director. I'm not gonna take that from him. But we're not talking about the past. We're talking about now and what he made now. And also, the time frame, 3 hour movie isn't an issue with me. Avengers Endgame wasn't an issue with me. It Chapter 2 wasn't an issue with me. What else was a long ass movie? Dr. Sleep wasn't an issue with me. The time frame isn't an issue until or unless it's a shitty story, shitty acting, or the plot is too jumbled. And that was the issue right here. The acting is great. You know, he has Pacino and De Niro and Pesci, the greatest out there. Those guys, they're talented. They're amazing. They acted their ass off in this film. He wasted their time and their talent. I'm so happy that there is a film with all three of them together, and with their ages and how old they're getting, it might be the last movie we might see with all three of them together. I'm not trying to put that on anybody, but hey, these actors are up in that age to where we might get a TMZ headline that said they done passed away from a heart attack, stroke, old age, whatever. I'm just saying. But I did not want to rant about this film because I was so excited about this film. When I saw the trailer, when I started seeing people's reviews who got to see it at like the festivals, I was so hyped for this film. Even after Martin Scorsese did that interview and said all that bullshit about what's real cinema, I was still hyped for The Irishman. Like, his opinion about what is cinema and about superhero movies did not deter me or did not put a bad taste in my mouth. I just felt like what he said was stupid and wrong, but I was still hyped for The Irishman. I said, oh, I can't wait till it drops on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it. Whew, that shit put me to sleep. Now, I did manage to finish it, but it took me about 3 or 4 days to finish it. And then, okay, the biggest issue, I'm not going to spoil it because I know some people, despite me telling them don't stress about seeing it, will still want to go see it. And I implore you, go see it. I know some people who love it. I know some people who agree with me who not such a big fan of it, who fell asleep multiple times. So I get it. Art is subjective. I'm not gonna sit here and say that The Irishman isn't cinema. Unlike, you know, like the director, he think he is. He's so smug and think he knows what art is. Art is subjective. There's gonna be a lot of people who love it. There's gonna be a lot of people who not so love it as much. And there are gonna be some people who just dick riding the director and don't give a fuck about a plot. Like, okay, this is supposed to be based on true events, based on real life people. I get that, and that's another reason why I was excited about it, because I'm like, I love shit like this, stuff that's based off real people. So it's like in real events. Jimmy Hoffa, I believe, so yeah, and his disappearance. So I was so fucking hyped. But it's 3 hours. The first hour and a half was long as fuck. It was nothing but old ass men talking, not doing shit. It's a monster movie and niggas ain't doing shit. We had a couple of kills, bang bang, but it was weak. And I'm not gonna compare it to the old movies, because I'm trying my best not to compare an artist's old work with their current work, because I feel like that's not fair. And so I'm trying my best not to bring up his old work or any other work similar to his that he probably didn't do, but it's in the same vein. I'm gonna try my best not to do that. But that, whoo, they should have just cut the first hour and a half off. Just cut that shit. We didn't need that shit. Where the 2 hour or the last 2 hours, that should have been the movie. I probably would have been fine with it. But even then, you name drop all these people. You drop in a million characters like this is Game of Thrones, but you don't flesh them out, so we don't know what the fuck. You know, we see that guy die, but we didn't know who the fuck that guy is. And then they might have mentioned his name 30 minutes before, but because you didn't show him, we did not know that that was who they were talking about. At the end of the movie, oh my gosh, this is what pissed me off the most. You want us to feel bad for the Irishman. You want us to feel bad for De Niro's character because his kids aren't fucking with him. They're like, we don't fuck with you, Dad. You wasn't there for us. You wasn't emotionally there for us. You was physically there, but you wasn't emotionally there for us. You did some shit, fucked up stuff in your profession. You may have killed a lot of people, you know, so we don't fuck with you, Dad. And he's all sad, and so the movie is trying to make you be emotional about his pain and emotional about, oh, he is all alone and his family's not fucking with him. But first of all, you didn't establish how many damn kids he had. He probably had 3 or 4 daughters. We only saw 1. And then at the end of the film, when you're trying to make us feel for him, the one daughter you showed us in the beginning, you didn't bring her back. You brought the other sister back. Well, you introduced the other sister. You didn't even bring her back. You introduced a totally different daughter to tell the audience and him, oh yeah, my sister's not fucking with you because of X, Y, and Z. Bitch, where you come from? It's bad enough that we didn't see the little girl grown up that we saw in the beginning, you know, the daughter that he beat someone's ass for talking smack to, you know. This is the daughter y'all talking about who no longer fucks with him, no longer talks with him. But you're introducing at the end of the movie a totally different child of his to do exposition. This movie is filled with plot holes and exposition. That's my issue with this damn movie. It's filled with plot holes and exposition. A lot of people say, a lot of critics, especially YouTube critics, said that they believe that this should have been a TV series. I agree with them, but he didn't make a TV series. He made a film. So I'm not going to judge it off potential. I'm not judging it. You know, you tell women, don't judge a man by his potential, judge him for where he is now. I'm not judging, oh, if this was a TV series, this would have been wonderful. If this was a mini series, 6, 1 hour episodes, this would have been perfect. No, I'm not judging potential. I'm judging what Martin Scorsese, Mr. I know what real cinema is, gave us. He gave us some bullshit. He gave us some boring ass bullshit, and he wasted great talent from De Niro and Pesci and oh shit, what's the other nickname? I'm sorry. I'm so heated because 2019 gave us a lot of great films. Like I said, art is subjective. Some of y'all may disagree with me and say, fuck no, it gave us a lot of whack films. I believe 2019 gave us a lot of great films. You would think the motherfucker who knows all about what cinema is and the motherfucker who is supposed to be a film legend would give us one of those great films that would be on the top 10 list of best films of 2019 or best years of this decade, because this decade is about to be over. So any film that come out 2019 it's gonna be like the best or worst films or the okay films of the decade. You would think this motherfucker would have been the person to deliver, and he did not deliver. He didn't. And all you Scorsese fanboys out there, fuck y'all, because y'all just kissing his ass because he got 3 great actors together. Y'all kissing his ass because of the art he made in the past. Stop judging these directors from the art they made in the past. Judge them for the art they gave you now. And that's all I'm saying. This is why I'm not, quote unquote, a real critic, but I think I'm a everyday person type of critic, because I try not to nitpick like a lot of the prestige people do. I try my best, you know, and I try to enjoy a film as it is, but this shit was so fucking boring and so filled with plot holes and so long. It felt long. Out of all the 3-hour movies that 2019 has given us, this one felt fucking long and it felt painful. It wasn't good. So, Martin Scorsese, Mr. I know what cinema is. I know a real cinema. Fuck you. Because you gave us a shitty film to end 2019 with. Get it together. New reviews coming soon.